Today we will be talking about culture. So, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe what aspects go into a culture, create a poster that contains multiple words and images that describe culture, and you will be able to present your What is Culture poster to your peers. So, what is culture? What do you think culture is? Culture is customs, arts, social institutions, and academic achievements of a nation, people, or other social groups. Types of cultures. There are two different types of cultures. One is a material culture, the other is non-material culture. Material culture refers to the physical objects, resources, and spaces that people create and use to define their culture. Some examples of material culture are clothing, tools, homes, temples, and food. Some non-material cultures are non-physical ideas that people have about their cultures. So, for example, religion, music, ethics, language, norms or normals, and gestures. Why is culture important? This video has a good explanation on why culture is important. We are going to watch this video.
Most people know what culture is simply by its definition, the characteristics and knowledge of a particular group of people. Others recognize culture as the religion we follow, the language we speak, or even our racial and ethnic characteristics. Each individual has a culture to call their own. It is one of the many things that defines us as who we are. But why is culture so important? Although culture may seem like a very small and simple thing, it has the power to change individuals, the community, and even the world. The uniqueness of each culture has helped us shape our personalities, change our behaviors, and give us a new perspective on life. Most importantly, culture allows diversity amongst our society. Every human being on earth is unique in their own way, and culture makes up a large part of their identity. From the moment we are born till the day we die, our culture shapes us to be different from others. As Lisa Belfield states in her article, culture is more than just our identity. It is our way of life. Culture creates our story to be read and a masterpiece to be seen by the people we meet throughout our lives. Culture has the ability to mold us and change our behavior to match those around us. Throughout their lives, people learn by observing the behaviors of those around them and often even change themselves to fit in. This is only one of the many ways culture impacts our lives and changes the way we interpret reality.
That they will be part of a group and interdependent on their members. And it affects the way people behave. Other parts of the world, especially the Western world, we raise our children to be independent and to be self-sufficient. And we create a certain independence in society. And it changes behaviors. You see the difference?
The most important part of any community is the cultural diversity that can be found within it. The cultural diversity found in society helps us grow and further develop as a whole. It teaches us to value the differences and respect the speciality of each individual. This shows that although we may be different on the outside, we are all similar on the inside in that our culture defines us. Culture allows diversity and new lifestyles, as well as new knowledge, to become a part of our everyday lives.
Potential. But the result is that we have a balance in society. We enforce diversity. And there's good reason to do this. Studies shows that boards composed of both genders will perform 15% better than boards that are composed of mainly one gender. But studies also show that boards that are composed of different culture will perform 35% better than boards that are composed of only one culture. Cultural diversity increases problem-solving ability. It increases creativity and innovation. The real challenge here is to make people being able to communicate well together. And this you do through explaining cultural differences.
Although culture helps the world come together to become a stronger society, it can also break us apart. The different cultures we see throughout our lives can be overwhelming to some people. Common stereotypes and fears change the perspective of certain individuals, which lead to problems such as racism and discrimination. This often blinds us from all the good culture brings us by masking us with the harm it might do.
So, why do you think culture is important? Culture poster. Now is the time in class where you will draw out